Hello and welcome to New Filmmakers Los Angeles in partnership with MovieMaker magazine. My name is Danny De Lillo and we're here at the Cambridge Los Angeles showroom, and I'm here with Jillian Amenante with her movie Kittens in a Cage. Let's take a look at a clip.
Here at Marquetta State Prison, we house some of the most dangerous women in the world. Lois Milkwood, murderer. Peggy Djokovic, thief and murderer. Barbara Winchester, cannibal. Victoria Woodburn, pyromaniac. Janine Soklow, ex-murderer. Just to name a few. These women are caged like animals because they are animals.
Jillian, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Nice to be here.
Tell us a brief synopsis of your film.
Let's see, bad girl Junie, a ukulele player, gets sent to the slammer by some rat-fink friends. And she makes her way through the world by hooking up with the love of her life.
I have to say, I think in New Filmmakers history, your film is one of the most entertaining features that we've had. I have to say, it's just so many moments, and it was great to see the audience react. Tell us, how did you come about the idea?
I was looking for something to do and produce and direct from soup to nuts, and back in the 80s I belonged to a theater company in Seattle, Washington called Annex Theater, and it was my artistic home, it probably still is, and they had just done a play of the same title, written by Colleen Conway Blanchard, and it was getting such great reviews and whatnot, and I picked up the phone and called her. And I said, I see this. I'd love to make it a screenplay with your permission. And she was like, sure. And so a veritable stranger, yet we both worked at the same theater. And she let me run with it, and we ran with it.
You did run with it, and run with it very, very well.
Yeah.
Now, Jillian, you took on quite a few roles. Tell us how many roles you took on making this film.
Well, I suppose producer,
Yeah.
executive producer, director. I wrote the screenplay based on the play, and an actor as well.
I mean, it's amazing. What is it? Is it a challenge for you to take on those roles, or?
I loved it.
You loved it?
I loved every second of it, and I want to do it again. So.
I mean, honestly, it's one of those movies where you're like, you can just tell everyone's having such a great time.
Yeah.
So how did you assemble that wonderful cast together?
You know, honestly, it was pretty quick. We did a Kickstarter, raised money, and
The Kickstarter works.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, and 342 of my friends
Wow.
gave us, large and small.
You got
and
some good
whatever.
friends.
I do. Well, I've never asked anybody for anything before this moment. So, and so we had about a month to flip it and do pre-production, and we just basically said, oh, I want to work with her. I want to work with her, and they all said yes, and we got some super talented cameos, and sort of wrote scenes around them or let them just rip it and have fun. So we were very lucky.
Very, very lucky. What would you say, I mean, you took on many roles, what would you say are some of your kind of bigger challenges making this film?
The biggest challenge is post-production, because, getting in the can is fun, and we made a family, and we had so much fun, and, and then everyone's dying to see it, and pushing that rock up the hill after the party is not as fun. But ultimately I found some amazing people to help me finish it off, and
And you had a lot of support coming to see you last night, who were just so interested to ask so many questions. Coming at a time when it's been such a iconic time in United States American history. How do you feel your film, in such a playful way, fits in with something as great as acceptance of gay marriage fits in?
It's interesting because I've worked in gay theater, and I'm a gay actor, an out gay actor in Hollywood. I sort of came here that way. And when we were working on the show, Colleen and I feel this way in real life, that to make a relationship, a gay relationship, unremarkable is almost more interesting than making it remarkable. So
I love that, yeah.
A lot of the relationships in the film, everyone is open to everything.
Yeah.
And that's the way I've sort of found that my life is. So.
I mean, do you think we're making some real great boundaries in that, where it's just like, you know what, this is just about the characters, and this is just the situation that we're in.
And it doesn't matter what equipment they're holding. In the moment. So.
No, that's fantastic. Was that something quite difficult for you or easy for you because you come from New Jersey and then moving across here, you know, as an openly gay actor? Was that an easy kind of move for you?
Well, I wasn't gay when I left New Jersey.
Okay.
or I probably was, but I
California dreaming.
Didn't admit it to myself. I spent 8 years in Seattle. So that helped.
That helped. Seattle's,
a lot. And then I came down here with a play, and ended up staying and got cast in Girl Interrupted as a
that tiny movie.
As a gay person.
That tiny movie.
Yes.
That was. I mean, that's one of an iconic movie.
Yeah, it was fun.
Where do you kind of see yourself? Like, do you enjoy directing mostly, or writing, or acting, or just like do the whole thing?
You know, I love them all for different reasons. I'd like to explore directing more. This was my first foray in a long time into film. You know, in Seattle, I was in an indie scene there, but you know, I'd help with sound, or you know, we were literally cutting movies with Scotch tape and razor blades. And then I came down here and ended being more of an actor, just because that's the way it shook down. And directed a lot of plays, produced a lot of plays, wrote a lot of plays. And when I did Kittens, I wanted to do something I haven't done. And so I wanted to challenge myself and take all of the skills that I brought from TV and film acting, behind and in front of the camera, and theater, and put them all together.
What, coming like from as a theatre actor, do you know, and moving into sort of TV and film, do you think that kind of sort of that theatre training helped you, you know, in your kind of TV and film world?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, the ability to, as an actor, retain impulse while being technically proficient, especially for camera, so you can edit into it, and you can still keep it fresh and be active in the moment and communicate with people. The theater actors, I feel like, are the ones that can really go long and be in the trenches for 16 hours and still pull it out perfectly.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of that on this picture. You know, we'd be deep in the hole with a 4-page scene, and my actors would just come in and just absolutely nail it.
So what's it like, Jillian, being selected for New Filmmakers Los Angeles?
Oh my gosh, New Filmmakers they're amazing. I mean, first of all, they're so supportive. You know, when they're doing so much to support filmmakers on every level, everywhere it seems, and you know, trying to bring me in for other projects and make me aware of other opportunities. We're also doing New Filmmakers New York, so I'm very excited about that.
That's fantastic.
Because being a Jersey girl,
of course.
Yeah.
East Coasted out, my goodness,
totally.
yeah.
So we do that, and a lot of the people in the movie are from New Jersey, so it's good.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Some of us are there already.
So Kittens in a Cage is going nationwide, international?
Well, it's the first East Coast foray, so we're very excited.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. Well, I think we also fell in love with the characters as well. I mean, is there any developments you're going to kind of keep that? Is it going to continue on, or?
I'd love it.
Yeah.
You got a big fat check in your pocket?
Yeah. Okay. So big fat checks. Direct them straight to Jillian. Okay, because she deserves it, because you made a really wonderful film. What is actually next for you, Jillian?
The next thing I'm doing is a feature film called Better by Celia Finkelstein, and we're in the process of raising money for that right now. It's very different. It's a drama.
Raise money.
Yeah, it seems to be a theme.
Yeah.
And you know, Kittens 2. We have a first draft written. Colleen and I are collaborating together on that one.
So there's going to be a Kittens 2.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious.
This is great.
We're not to a shooting draft yet, but the first draft is. I'm very proud of it.
Well, we enjoyed the film so much, Kittens in a Cage. You have to see it if you've not watched it. If you've watched it, I know you're going to watch it again. And we just fell in love with the characters. And I'm so in admiration for all the work that you did to make this film. And that it's such a passion for you to kind of put a film like this, you know, on display. And I love the fact that you created it, because we just fell in love with your films.
Yeah, it's, you know, sometimes it's not, you know, a seething political commentary or anything, but sometimes it's just nice to laugh.
Yeah.
And explore relationships and relate to people, and you know, push the limits. Sometimes the restraint of having not a lot of money, you know, it's like a blade of grass coming out from the pavement or something. You know, it's still a beautiful blade of grass, but it's restrained, and you're rooting for it somehow.
Well, you had, I mean, that was great about your cast, because you had such wonderful people in your cast that just were in it just because they just fell in love with the project.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate in my acting career to be able to work with a lot of actors and make friends, and you know, actors are nomads. You know what I mean? You go from town to town and meet people and collect friends, and so it was great to pick up the phone and call people and say, do you want to play with us? When can you do it? And across the board, everybody was like, let's play. People want to play.
Well, we want to see you play a lot more.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Jillian, on your film. You did a fantastic job. Kittens in a Cage, #2, we just heard is exclusive, is actually going to be coming out as well. So thank you, Jillian, for your time.
Thank you.
Congratulations.